Hello everyone and welcome back to Tomohawk Talks Alopecia. Thank you so much for everyone who supported the last video. I got some really good responses from it and I'm doing a new video today. This is going to be kind of like a little basic introduction if you're kind of like unaware of what alopecia is or the different kinds of alopecia out there. It's going to be kind of a little short little video today just to kind of like run down some like commonly asked questions and also trying to give you my 2 cents, but also to make sure it's kind of a factual factual video, and just kind of like a really short one, just trying to like clue some of you up if you don't know what it is. So what is alopecia? Alopecia is an autoimmune disease. Basically inside everyone you have red blood cells and white blood cells. Now your white blood cells are there to defend your body against illnesses. So if you've got a cold and everything, or you're not feeling well, your white blood cells will go there and they'll attack the virus or whatever it is, and obviously make you feel better. Now with alopecia, what happens inside your body is the white blood cells, which are supposed to be there to prevent you from getting ill or help you when you're getting ill, the white blood cells surround your hair follicles. So imagine with your hair and stuff, your hair's like, so long it's got a strand. Underneath the skin, basically the white blood cell attaches to the follicle. Now the follicle's a bit that actually, makes the hair grow. Like everyone, grows a hair and hair falls out naturally anyway with everybody. Not to a certain extent, but your hair falls out all the time and it regrows. But with alopecia, what happens is the white blood cells attach to the hair follicle and subsequently causes the hair to fall out. Now, that's kind of what alopecia is. There's like 3 main branches of alopecia. There is alopecia areata, alopecia totalis, and alopecia universalis. Now, alopecia areata, which we're going to talk about first today, is kind of like the main the main one that's, I'd say it's probably got the most highest percentage. Like a lot of people you'll see have got A, which is alopecia areata. Now, alopecia areata basically is you start to lose your hair in patches. Now, when I was 14, I actually had alopecia areata. I didn't actually know that it was that at the time. I lost like probably about a little 50p piece of hair from the back of my head, and it all fell out. And then within like a month or so, it all grew back, and that was it. That was fine. Now, with areata, it can happen, and random bits of hair just fall out from, say, your scalp, or mostly your scalp actually, and it can kind of grow back. Now, alopecia areata, I think, is probably, in my opinion, the worst one to have, because with areata, your hair can fall out, and then it can regrow in a month, and then it can fall out again. So the thing with areata is your hair can come back, but it might not necessarily stay, if that makes sense. So people who might have areata for like a year, then the hair can come back, and then they've got the hair for a couple of years or months or whatever, then it can fall out again. It's such a weird thing. Like, it can come back and it can all be fine, and then it can go again, or it can come back and it can stay like that forever. Like, it's such a weird disease. So that is alopecia areata. Now, I'm probably going to get this wrong because I always get mixed up with totalis and universalis. Universalis is what I've got. I have got no hair at all on my body, face, whatever else. Usually if you've got AU or alopecia universalis, it is very, very difficult for your hair to come back. There is obviously like lots of treatments and stuff, but there's currently no cure for alopecia at the moment. If you do have any queries on treatments and stuff, I've done a previous video and I will be doing an update video on it soon. So AU is kind of pretty much like your hair all completely falls out, or you might just have like, I think it's like 0.01% of your hair left on your body. So that's what AU is. Now, there's also different other types of alopecia. There's scarring alopecia. It's so many different random ones, but Those are like kind of like the main branches of it. Now, what I want you to try and take from this video today is that there is different kinds of alopecia out there, and not everyone with alopecia is willing to discuss what they've got. But if you have got alopecia, I would mainly suggest to you is, if you're feeling like you're struggling with it at the moment, then the best advice is you can research the disease yourself and try and find out, because I've heard stories of people across the world using certain products to get the hair back, and it might have worked for them, but I mean, there's no definite cure out there. There's no like, oh, go and buy this off a shelf, use it, twice a day, for a year, your hair will come back. I'm not saying that's the thing. There are products out there which people have used, mostly like supplements and stuff, and some of it's worked for them. But in my mind, I think it's all to do with your mindset. Like, if you've got like, if you think it's gonna happen, but you've got to be in the right mindset for it to work. So research it. If you're struggling at the moment, talk to other people with alopecia. Nobody understands it more than them. Talking to your parents or your friends or your family is really good thing. It's an amazing thing to do. But there's always that separation with thinking like, well, they don't know what I'm going through because they haven't got it. And that's kind of true in some respects. I think that you should always talk to your friends and your family and your parents about it if you're struggling with anything, but especially this. But also, you want to try and speak to other people with alopecia because they will understand, because they've been there, they've got it, or they might have had it, so they know how you're feeling and all those other hang-ups about that. So I definitely suggest talking to other people with alopecia about it. You could do counseling with it. You could talk to a professional about it. I've heard a lot of good things about hypnotherapy from some of the ladies from Alopecia UK. What they've done is they've gone, and it could be your alopecia could be set off by some, something at the back of your mind which you've been holding on for years, and talking to someone, maybe hypnotherapy might help you sort of like break that, and there's loads of different things towards it. So just try and stay positive with it. If you're just getting alopecia at the moment, then there's so many different charities out there. It doesn't matter where you're based. You might be based in the UK, USA, Australia, wherever. There will be some kind of foundation out there. There's like 500,000 people in the UK with alopecia. Imagine what there is in the rest of the world. There's not just going to be, you're not just going to be one person there sat and just like, right, well, there's no one else will understand it. There's loads of people out there. So if you're just getting alopecia, or you've had it a while, put yourself out there, find a group, speak to people. It helps so much. I've found for years, if talking to other people alopecia, they get it, they know what you mean. You can talk about all, just everything, and it just makes you feel so much happier. So definitely do that. So yeah, that's kind of like the basic rundown. And I know I've usually gone off on one onto other categories and stuff, but I just wanted to try and give some of you kind of like a brief, really brief explanation of what alopecia is and the kind of different branches of it, and kind of how people will think, if that makes sense. And I've just completely rambled again, but yeah, this was pretty much a really simple, brief explanation of what the disease was. If you're wanting to know more, I always leave links in the description anyway to Alopecia UK. There's also the American ARU. No, that's not that one. There's an American one as well. If you just Google anything like that, you can pretty much find support groups depending on where you are in the world. And if you have any questions, then leave in the comment section below. I will try and answer. I am obviously not the all-seeing, all-knowing Tomo who knows everything about alopecia. I've had it nearly 10 years, but I don't know everything about it. I know what's happened to me. So, if you are curious about anything, hit me up in the comment section. I can do kind of like a Q&A to really get some questions that you guys want to know, and we can do that together. But I hope you've enjoyed watching today. I hope you've learned something and not got bored of me rambling off on one, as per usual. But that's what I do in these videos. It's not all simple facts. It's something a bit random than that. So, big thank you for watching. once again, if you do have any questions or anything else like that, leave in the comment section below. Big thank you for watching, and remember to stay strong, my fellow Alopecians.